We're shooting right now season 3, which is our final season, and it's set in 1985. And 85 was important because it was the AIDS crisis had come full blown to New York. Pornography had pretty much moved out west. Had gone from film to video, and it went out to the San Fernando Valley. And then New York, the government, Cuomo and Koch, started shutting down all these businesses in Times Square. And the AIDS epidemic was used as an excuse to close the bathhouses and to close the massage parlors and that sort of thing. They had to be equitable, so they didn't just close the gay bathhouses. They closed all of them. And when the real estate hit bottom, that's when the investors started swooping in, and in concert with the local government here, the wrecking balls came, and it was the end of Times Square as we knew it, and it ushered in the Giuliani era. David and I always knew it was going to be 3 seasons. We had the arc planned out, 72 to 85, and we already had the story in our heads. So, and we're actually grateful for them letting us finish our story, because there's nothing more frustrating in this business than to get the rug pulled out from under you. It's like publishing half a novel, and I think when people see this, they're going to be pretty blown away, because we've been with these characters now from when they were very young, moving them into middle age, and you're going to see a lot of attrition there, which is what happened to all these folks, is they didn't make it. I mean, it was always the show we wanted to make. We were commenting on what happens to women, the commodification of sex, and it's a labor story, how women are always at the bottom of the labor chain and what happens to them in this sort of world. When we were shooting the pilot was when this stuff started coming to light, and then in the middle of season 1, the Trump scandal about grabbing pussy and all that was out, and we thought, well, that's it. You know, this guy's not going to get elected. How could he? I go back to remembering when it was a scandal when Jimmy Carter said he lusted in his heart for women, and he was dragged, through the mud for that. There's no way a guy like this can get elected president. And it sort of jacked everybody up to the degree that they really figured out. When I say everybody, I'm talking about all the crew, and everybody who was working on the show said, wow, this is about something that's important, because we never talked to everybody about this is the theme or something like that. We know what we're doing, but it made it very obvious that it was important to make this show, and so it was, I don't want to say it was advantageous to us, but it did help us in a way, because I think people understand what we're doing now that they're in this environment, and it's hitting them from every direction. We had Alicia Rodas come on, and who was a former stunt woman and choreographer, and she had become a specialist at this on other productions, but they'd never employed anybody full time. And now, whenever we have a nude scene, she's on set, she's available to talk to the actors and actresses, and it takes the burden off of us in a way. Of course, the sets are always closed. It's a skeleton crew when we shoot this stuff, but it takes the guesswork out of it, and people are much more comfortable now.